I'm a psychologist and I'm going to explain to you why nobody likes you. I'm going to be explaining some psychological concepts you probably haven't heard of to help you understand how this can happen. So let's get started. First, we'll start with a law. So here is a law of humans. So people are generally attracted to positivity. Okay, so this is a general law in human psychology. People are generally attracted to positivity. And I'll give you a second law. People generally avoid negativity. Okay, and I'll give you the last law. If someone sticks around someone negative, it's probably for reasons like feeling better about the self or social comparison. As in, they might stick around you because by seeing you being negative and upset and unhappy, they might feed off of that and feel a little bit better about themselves. Okay, so here's some just general laws on human behavior. So now I'm going to explain to you a very important concept here that will help you wrap your head around this idea of why you might have found in life that people seem to avoid you. I can't really draw, so I'm going to draw anyway and just bear with me, okay? So here is a human, a stick figure, okay? And here is you, okay? And this is you. I'm going to give you a face and that, or just that for now. And this is just a random person. Now, you're going to encounter a lot of random people in your life, okay? Now, here's the key idea. People, when they look at you and when they assess your behavior and think about you, they will be painting onto you interpretations. Onto you, onto your body, onto your demeanor, onto your face. So, and you, of course, do the same to other people. You paint interpretations and opinions and judgments on them, but we're not worrying about you, we're worrying about others' perceptions of you ultimately. So with this in mind, what's important to note is that your behavior and the way that you act and interact greatly influences how others perceive you and greatly influences how others interpret you. So something really key to understand here is this thing called spontaneous trait transfer. So this is a psychological phenomenon wherein which the way that you describe other people, so let's say that you describe this person over here as slow, okay? What actually happens is the words that you use to describe other people, these people here will paint that interpretation actually onto you. So if you describe other people as slow, well, actually, the people that are listening to you will paint that interpretation onto you instead. And now this random person here, now each time they look at you, they might paint the idea of you're just slow. Or it can be any interpretation. It can be aggressive or incompetent or silly. Whatever you say, whatever you describe, people generally actually associate and paint that onto you. So that's the first key trait, number one. Very important that you understand that. The way that you describe others is actually kind of how you get interpreted. So if you tend to be the kind of person that, for example, I just say it how it is. Well, okay, you can say it how it is. You can be one of them honest types, and that's fine because honestly, people will paint your honesty onto you instead of the intended target, unless of course this person is already your friend and they already have a positive long-term relationship and long-term interaction with you. But generally speaking, for people that you're meeting for the first time or for the first few times, whatever you say generally gets painted onto you instead of someone else that you're describing. You could be describing a random third person down here, person C, but actually you're going to be the target for those interpretations. So that's important. So then if we go back to my law up here, and let's say that you're the kind of person that just says it how it is, you're just an honest person. And let's say you paint other people generally negatively. Well, if we go back to the law here, if you're painting other people negatively, and then the people that you're talking to are going to assign that interpretation to you instead, then what are people going to do? What was the original law up here? People generally avoid negativity. So unfortunately, you might actually end up being the person that gets avoided. So how do you remedy this? If you're the kind of person that says it just how it is, and you're finding that people are disappearing left, right, and center, well, you might be of the opinion that, well, they just can't handle it. But it's actually not that they just can't handle it. It's actually that they just, generally speaking, people don't want negativity in their life. They want to avoid it. And the only reason they might stick around is because your negative painting of other people makes other people feel better about themselves, because they themselves might have low self-esteem. To really improve the situation, to really make it so that, if you want to, that is, because motivation's a key part of it. So let's say you're generally motivated to improve how others perceive you. The first step is, let me just draw out a person again. The first step is to realize that there is this invisible wall of interpretations that people actually paint onto you. So there's this big invisible thing that's in front of you all the time, and it represents how others perceive you. Now, some important notes about this is, the first thing is that this invisible wall, I suppose you'd call it, changes depending on the person. Because person A will see you in a certain way, and then person B will see you in a certain way here, and then person C will see you in a certain way here, because based on your interactions with them, unless you have like a reputation or something. But let's say for the most part, you're just interacting with people, and your demeanor is the information they use to derive interpretations from you onto you. So it's actually quite easy. Let's just draw this in another blank invisible wall again, and then we'll draw you again. The way to sort of alter this interpretation box is to just present yourself with traits that people generally associate with positivity. So I'll just write up three traits, and we can almost do like a bit of a pin the tail on the donkey type game, and you'll be able to see straight away. So I'll just go 3 traits. It might be something like this one, and then this one, and this one. Okay, so these are like just 3 general behavioral traits that you can exhibit as a human. And of these 3, which one is likely to be, generally speaking, associated with negativity, and which are the other ones are generally going to be associated with positivity? So obviously, for those that are a little bit slow, naturally, if you are a person that lies, people will paint that onto you in their interpretations if you get caught as a liar. But if you generally are a person that cooperates and is helpful, then people will paint that onto you. Okay, so it's literally that simple. There are other parts to it. Yes, I recognize that other people's other people's values and their memory and their opinions and biases obviously come into it as well. But these things can generally be mitigated against via engaging in just generally pro-social behavior, like cooperating and helping people, and being not overly honest, but just being balanced in your opinion making. Okay, so if you exhibit these generally pro-social behaviors, people will probably paint that onto you, and then this invisible box that's always in front of you of interpretations will generally be positive, and you can shift from nobody likes me to enough people like me to be considered a friend or example. So that's the end of this video. Hopefully that helped, and hopefully you understand that. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more.